Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca. I run a diamond painting and accessories company, and today we are doing another PaintGem. So let me just find my diamonds to start off with, which is actually diamond dust ones. We are still on this setup for the moment, but after my last, I think it was after my last WIP and Waffle, I did order something that will allow me to still film in the conservatory or the shop because it's portable, and go overhead, so we can have the overhead view again, which I think will work well for many videos, as it did. Whether I'll still do the odd ones that aren't using the overhead, probably. Things like shop launch I may keep not overhead, but then I'll use overhead for the likes of WIP and Waffles and kitting ups and kitting down and things. So yeah, so I have a pause on filming my kitting down and kitting up videos until that's here. It's been ordered, it's on its way, but it's apparently one that can take up to 3 days for me to even get tracking, and then I don't know how long it will take to get here after that. So for today's WIP and Waffle, we are on a side view. I do apologise if you can hear my washer. Hopefully it's not picking up the sound too much and the editing will cut some of it out. But yeah, I have the washing machine on. I also have Catherine and Luna sat here, which makes it very, very weird for filming, but not sure if you even could hear her hi, but yeah, I've got it scheduled in for today for the WIP and Waffle, so I'm doing it. Launch orders are nearly out as I'm filming this. So I'm filming this on Thursday for going up on Friday. And yeah, most orders are out. Launch orders up until Tuesday evening, I think, are all out. So I will be, as soon as I've filmed this video, I will be packing up the rest, and then orders will be up to date and we will be back to our normal quick workaround, or quick turnaround. That's the word I wanted. I can't do words very well this morning, but yeah, I've been working, well, the last 3 days straight it has taken to get the bulk of the orders out, but they are pretty much on their way, apart from Canada, because of Canada Post. I have got somebody who keeps updating me with Canada Post. Apparently there is talks of them coming back to a certain extent. Now, whether they open that for international mail or not, I don't know. But I am keeping an eye on it. So do rest assured, anybody in Canada, I am keeping an eye on things. I did look into Parcel Force last week, but that's not an option for me. Not in relation to sending it linked to my Royal Mail account anyway, because I don't send enough all the time to do it. I'd only be sending a load as a one-off, which means I do have other options. So I do have other options to send via courier, and if need be, I will. That just involves basically typing all the details in. Yeah, and it's all the custom details. It's not the customer details as such. It's all the custom details. They just need so much information for everything. And because it's not linked up to the website, it just takes more work. So if need be, I will do that. But if there is talks of them coming back, then we're still okay on time for the beginning of December. So I'm going to give it another week or so. And if we're not there, then I'm just going to take action anyway. So yeah, that's on my radar. That's mainly what I wanted to let you guys know, or you Canadian Zesties, that I've not forgotten about you, and it is on my mind to make sure that you get your goodies. Okay, I think I've done all of that one. I did choose which picture to do today because I think this is one that I want to put up in my craft room on those frames. So I thought we'd start with this one, but I do think I need to top up my glue dot, so bear with me. Right. I've just topped up a little mini glue dot in my pen. Ah, that's better. I'm not having to press on them anywhere near as much. But anyway, let's get into some comments and questions. I do have quite a few. We are still on comments from a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, I'll get caught up on them as we go along. Once I get something kitted up and a bit more time in my day, I'm hoping to get caught up on comments. But yeah, let's pull them up. Where are we? Oh, don't refresh on me. It has refreshed on me. I had myself already at the bottom of the questions and it's refreshed. So let me scoot back down. Here we go. Deb says, hi, Rebecca. She says, hope you and your family are doing well. She says she's so excited to receive her Advent, but she promised she won't start until the 1st of December. She says, for your information, she says she's not sure if I knew. She says, but Canada Post is on strike again. Yes, it is on my radar. Unfortunately, they stopped shipping right at the beginning of me, well, a couple of days before I started shipping Advent. If I'd have twigged it was coming, I would have got them out sooner, but then there is the potential that they could be stuck in the system, which I also don't kind of like the idea of. So we shall get them there. Drama Free says, love the craft sewing machine mini diamond painting that I'm working on. They also love the 2-colour tray. Yes, this is my little tray and pen that I have in with my PaintGem mini sets so that I can just grab and go with it whenever I want to do any of these. It's really easy. I just pull out my 2 drawers and just get on with it. She said they wish they had an IKEA close by, as their closest one is 2 to 3 states away in MA. Oh, yeah, I do very much appreciate that my IKEA one is very close. I think it was actually the first one ever in the UK. But yeah, one, it's very close. And that, yeah, I can just get in, get what I want and get out again. It definitely makes things, organising things a lot better and a lot easier, because I do find a lot of their stuff absolutely amazing. We don't have all of their stuff, but we do have a lot of it. We definitely have a lot of IKEA in our house. Liv says, Pinterest is fab for ideas. She said she used it for her house. Yes, it is always good to sort of get some ideas of how you want things to look, especially if you have a bit of a different space. Quite often I find, you know, like some awkward walls or something, or maybe you want to do a gallery wall. I find Pinterest good for ideas for that, and how, you know, how to make somewhere shine. Right, just throwing diamonds about on my table, but it's okay. We can pick them up. Right, D. Cat Lady, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, thank you for my advent. She said hers arrived today. She said she did put a post on Facebook too, which I do keep an eye on. Sometimes I'm not on the Facebook group as much during launch. Depends on how much time I can carve into the day, or how much energy I have left at the end of the day, as to whether I'm on there. But she says she's moved it up to the craft room. She says out of sight, out of mind for now. She says plans. She says she's sure that I will decide the best way ahead. She says using it as a storeroom. Oh, this is my craft room discussion. She says using it as a storeroom sounds the best way, especially as your space outside of the craft room has changed. She says the view today, she says, was fine, which is this sort of angled view that I've got going on. So I'm getting into comments from the first video of the new viewing angle. This is where you'll find out that opinions differ. She says, as long as you have room to house everything that you need for a video, she says, what's the problem? She says, have fun organising. And yeah, that's the thing. Having the craft room, not as, you know, such a big space designated just for filming, is definitely something that worked best for us, which is why I just did it, and found a different way of being able to video in the angle that we all know and love. And sometimes you just have to do that. You just have to do it and then find other ways to make things that you've changed work. Right, I'll just find my next diamond dust. It is that one, because I'm going to finish off this orange before I move on. Eliza, she says she likes the overhead camera view. Which, to be fair, I think I do. I don't so much mind it on the PaintGem as much, the view from the side, but I do think with most others, definitely with the Heaven and Earth design, but with most other paintings that I do, or kitting up and things, I think the overhead one gives me more room, doesn't make it so my arm is right next to the camera mount and I'm trying to make sure I don't knock anything over or bash the camera. But yeah, also I do just think the view is better for many videos that I do using things from my craft room. So I am looking forward to getting my sort of tabletop overhead mount that I can use. And I'm looking forward to actually having a full filming day when it arrives as well. Because I've got some paintings I want to kit up. I've got loads of paintings that I need to kit down. need to get the diamonds away. And at this rate, I'm possibly going to have a PaintGem to dekit as well. I've also got some unboxings to do as well, which I think would potentially be nicer overhead. So my plan is when it does turn up, I'm going to try and schedule in a few filming days, and then I'll just release the videos over time. But we'll sort of get my diamond painting stash, things on the go, and all the rest of it organised. And I think that's what I'm excited for as well, is not only getting quite a few different videos to slot in and have extra videos each week, but I'm also just looking forward to getting organised with it all. Because it's very chaotic, and I actually miss having a big diamond painting to work on as well, because I currently don't have one. I currently only have PaintGem minis, and I do tend to find if I do some in the evening, I just tend to do one, whereas if I have a big diamond painting on the go, I will diamond paint for longer. And I'll do more. Sue, she says she likes this setup. She says it does feel as though we're sitting with you. She says, however, she says when you are working on your heaven and earth design projects, she likes the overhead view, she says, because they can see both the canvas and the tablet. And yes, that is a definite, I agree. And I may still mix up the WIP and Waffle when I'm working on a normal canvas a little bit. And a lot of that will depend on whether I've got the overhead mount set up that week. You know, if I've got a couple of videos to do that need the overhead mount, then I'll do the WIP and Waffle with the overhead mount. But if it's just a normal WIP and Waffle, I might not. I don't know. Time will tell, I guess. As we go along, we shall see how much I mix it up. Okay, I think I've got all those teas. It's not looking fully like a tape measure yet, though it does from a distance. So see what it likes when I get it's like when I get a bit more in. But let's get some black. Sue also says, she says, is the pen you're using today a suction pen, or do you have something in the tip? Oh, the pen I'm using is this one. This will have been the one that I used last PaintGem mini time as well. It is not a suction pen. It is just a normal pen, and I use a glue dot in the tip. It lasts a whole lot longer than wax, but it is a clear glue dot, which is possibly why you can't see what I'm using as easy. But yeah, glue dots, they've changed. They've totally changed the way or for how long you can diamond paint. They are just so much better, so much stickier. And yeah, I've just topped mine up with a mini glue dot, and then after a while I'll take the whole glue dot out and replace it, and it just leaves the pen tip clear when I take the whole thing out. So it's so good. If you've not yet tried using a glue dot and you still use the wax that comes with kits, and some people prefer it, so if you've tried it and don't like it, fair dinkum. But if you haven't tried it and the wax frustrates you, it is so worth trying, because it lasts ages. Angel, She says it's really nice. She says trying different views. She says, but personally, she's not fond of it. See, I told you I got a mixed bag. I got a completely mixed bag. Though it did go, I missed the overhead view more on my Heaven and Earth design WIP and Waffle. That's for sure. But she says she thinks it's probably the reason she doesn't like it is she's probably because she's got used to the other way, which is also fair enough. You do get used to watching things at a certain angle, and change is not always good. So I hear that too. She also says that the diamond painting is gorgeous. Thank you. Doroby Punked, she says she prefers the overhead view more. She says with this angle, she says of the camera, only the left half of the painting was clearly visible, which is another thing I did notice. It's not quite as clear on the other side. She says the rest was blurry. She said a little bit blurry. She says, but it is nice for a change. She says the background noise wasn't too bad, which is good, though today is noisier, I will say, especially now the washing machine has just gone on a spin. Maybe I should gear my washing around when I do a WIP and Waffle. But WIP and Waffles are a bit more relaxed than other videos, so I thought we'll see how much I can get my software to sort of dull the noise rather than waiting to do my WIP and Waffle until it had finished, because then that just pushes my day back. And I really want to get this uploaded on my computer, because then I've got a slot of time later that I'm hoping to edit if it doesn't take too long to pack the rest of the orders. I'm hoping to get it edited so that I can get it up and get some other things off my to-do list tomorrow. She also says, but she was watching me dotting, she says, and she wasn't diamond painting herself. So because she was watching, of course, the view affected more. She says she's excited to see what changes I make to the craft room. And yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed that vlog. It was not necessarily a planned, but I love my impromptu plans as much as my planned ones. And yeah, I'm really happy with the craft room. I've really been enjoying going in and diamond painting and sitting in there and doing a little bit. It might be this weekend, I think, that we get to change the desk over, which won't make a huge difference in there. Apart from me needing to find somewhere to put the things in my drawers. But apart from that, it won't make a big difference. But yeah, it'll be good. Right, I want to do the bits in this tape measure, I think. I don't like having too many little bits that need doing. So let's get the rest of these filled in, and then I can move on to my next button. Get some buttons done. Liv also says, she said she loves it when systems don't talk to each other. Oh yes, there's constantly something going on like that. I looked at my Tick app this morning and I was like, oh, why have I got a gap before I've put in to pack orders as sort of my day plan? Why is there nothing else in there? And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just go and pack orders and then I'll take it from there. And then it pinged at me and popped up and said, you're doing your WIP and Waffle. And I'm like, oh, yes, that's what I was doing. Hence the reason the washer was on, because I didn't forward think enough. Okay, number 2. Let's get in this lighter brown, finish up my tape measure. and then see how many small pieces I need to use to fill in all the buttons. How many colours we can end up hitting. Liv, she says, hi there. She says, for popping drills, she says she tends to pat down each section with her finger or roller the section with one of her red rollers. She says she also uses a straightener if the lines are a bit wonky. She says the stiletto canvas she's working on is forever popping drills. So she understands the other lady's frustration. And yes, it's definitely frustrating when things don't go the way you planned / want them to. It's supposed to be a relaxing hobby, not a frustrating one. That is for sure. And some days things just don't go right. Okay, looks like we only have one colour of this button. So lots of little bits. Oh, there we go. My washing machine's showing up now. I will not put it on a full spin until, because my quick wash doesn't do as high a spin as the washing machine can do. So I put it on a quick wash and then I put it on just a rinse and just a drain and a spin. It just gets the clothes a little bit drier. Okay, that's that one done. Number 9. Oh, more diamond dust. Let me find them because I like my bit of sparkle. If I don't drop them all over the desk. Jess, she says, this was an awesome change of viewpoint. She says she looks forward to my reorganisation reveals, which is now up. So if you haven't heard, I did reorganise my craft room weekend before last. It's working really, really well. I'm loving the space. I'm loving having all my crafts in one place. Even if I do bring things out into the main conservatory, like now, to work on them and then put them back. Yeah, I still enjoy all of that. We'll see what it's like when the craft room potentially gets a little bit more messy. We'll see if I feel the same. But for now I do. Right, I've got another diamond dust. Must always tell myself when tipping out diamond dust, I don't necessarily need to tip out as many as I think. I always use a lot less of an amount than what I think I will. And I just end up tipping out far too many. Especially for these tiny little buttons. Oh, look, I've got one there that's got actually one. It's the only symbol I that I've got on the whole painting. Okay, another one down. Let's do the letter I, because I just have one. Kathy, she says she likes the change in the filming. She says she spent the time listening to my WIP and Waffle about organising my office / craft room. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Say it's a different view. I think it has its place every now and then. Just don't think it necessarily has it for a lot of the videos or for the bulk of some of the videos. I think we need to change that up. Right, do I carry on with buttons or do I start delving into the scissors? Let's do this button first while we decide. Blossom Chops, she says personally she prefers the overhead view. She says she finds it easier to watch on her phone or tablet as she doesn't have a TV. Yeah, it's really weird. See, hubby watches YouTube all the time on either the TV or his iPad. His iPad tends to be if he watches it in bed, but otherwise he's always watching YouTube on the TV. I never watch YouTube on the TV. I only ever seem to watch YouTube on my phone. I don't even watch it on my iPad. It's always on my phone. I guess we just get into these little habits. And sometimes it's whether we have the ability to or not, but other times it's just what we're used to. So yeah, overhead view will be coming back. I just don't know when. When my thing gets here, when my contraption gets here, so that I can film properly. Oh, we've got another AB. Dig it out. Sorry, not AB. Diamond Dust. There's quite a few in this one. Nellie, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she likes the way that I'm situated on the painting. She says she can see it clearer. She says it also gives me a little bit more room to move. Oh, dropping my diamonds. She says you can also keep the craft room as a filming one. She says she agrees to my plans, and that's Nellie from Western Australia. Bless you, Nellie. You're also so accommodating when I make changes for things that make sense to us or our family, even if it changes a viewpoint that you guys, you know, what you get to see. Yeah, which I do appreciate. But yeah, we will resume to normal viewing surface soon. It'll just still be in the conservatory on my dining table, which is really working for me. Christina, she says she's afraid she'll have to agree, she says, with Doro be punked on the camera angle. She says one half of the painting is just a little bit too blurry to see what I'm doing. She says, especially, she says, as she's always watching and not dotting along. Well, hopefully by next week's WIP and Waffle, which is Heaven and Earth Design, it will be here. And then we can resume normal surface. Is that all? Oh. Look at me asking myself questions about whether I've got everything or not. Right, XX. Kim, she says she can't babysit my dotting from this angle. She says like she used to. Kim's always great at telling me when I've missed something. She says, saying this, she says, you do what works for you. She says, this one, she says she just had playing in the background while she worked on Ghosts Doing Stuff. So jealous. That's one of the ones I want to kit up. Though not quite yet. I've got plans to kit up a couple of others before I kit that one up. But I'm eager to kit Ghost Doing Stuff up. But I think I want to do something on my temperature chart first. She said she wasn't supervising me anyway on this video. Well, I hope Ghost Doing Stuff has kept you busy for the last couple of weeks. And at least until I'm back to normal viewing angles anyway. Right, so let's get some grey ones done. I'm going to flip to doing some of the scissors, I think. And we've got a little bit more diamond dust for number 4. Yes, number 4. She says Kim also says, she says, how exciting to get your craft room to be more of a craft storage room. She says, more organising fun in your future. Which, yes, gets me as excited as using the space afterwards, to be fair. I love a good organise of a space, especially if, you know, how it's used has potentially changed over time, and it needs rejigging to more suit how it's used now. Then, yeah, it can be one of my favourite things to do. And when it gets like a big transformation is even better. Though I can get excited with the small transformations too. The small reorganisations can excite me as much. But the big ones definitely excite me more. Okay, let me switch out diamonds and then I can scroll my comments. So we want this Wiggly S. 415. Christine, she says, hi Rebecca. She says she finished the Leviathan a couple of weeks ago. I've probably completely hashed that word. It's not a popular word in my vocabulary. She says, and it's framed and is hung up in her daughter's bedroom. Way to go. Not only finished, but framed and hung. That's like a feat in itself, in my opinion. It's, yeah, actually getting it framed and hung. Should be as proud of that as completing the diamond painting, because normally it takes twice as long as the diamond painting itself to get it framed and hung. She says she's thrilled with it. She says it measures 56 by 76 centimetres, and she started a new painting which is 60 by 80, and she's done just over a row. She said her problem is that she just can't get into it. She said even though she is using diamond dust drills, she says then she thinks the problem could be that it is just too big to be done immediately after another big project. She says she's going to look through her stash for a smallish one. She says she loves my little painting, she says, and it is lovely to sit next to me. She says, but do you think you could make a brew for me too? I would love to be able to make you all a brew. It's like part of the beginning of the WIP and Waffle. We just all sit down, I make everybody a brew, hand them out, and off we go. That would be awesome. Oh, another diamond dust. We've got some sparkle on our scissors. Ooh. But yeah, I do get that. If you've done a big one that feels, especially if, because thing is, quite often with a big one, especially when you're working on it for quite a while and you're not necessarily taking breaks from it, that middle part of the painting can sometimes feel like a slog. Not that you don't enjoy the process, but it can feel like, is this ever going to end? Am I ever going to get near the end? And then all of a sudden the top part gets finished super quick and you're like, why couldn't the rest be that quick? So I do get that. If it's a painting that you really like and you enjoy the process, but you're not getting that quick win, sometimes it can be handy to either take a break and do a small one, like completely do a small one, take a full break, Or sometimes it can be nice, depending on the size of like a small one that you can find, to mix up the two a little bit and just do a small amount of the large one so it's progressing, and then do an amount of your small one where you see the progress. And then when you go back to the big one, you've still got some progress that's happened while you've been doing your small one. And yeah, it depends on how much you get to diamond paint as to whether having multiple projects kitted up at once is a good or a bad thing. Because I've since learned that in the summer months when I'm preparing Advent, I am definitely best just having one diamond painting kitted up at a time. Whereas through the winter months, when I tend to diamond paint more, I don't know, it's a cozy evening hobby for me. But when I tend to diamond paint more in the winter, I can cope fine with having 2, even 3 different main paintings kitted up, not including my PaintGem minis, which I've constantly got some kitted up. Yeah, I find I can cope a lot better with having multiple and working on different ones at different times and not feeling as though I've got stuck or I've been doing it forever. But in the summer, because I don't have as much time to diamond paint, it's just too much. It feels like they drag on for months and months. And all of them drag on. Whereas at least if it's only one dragging on, when I do pick up diamond painting again and do more of it, I can get through them. Sharks and Diamonds, she says she prefers an overhead view. She says, but that's because she likes to watch people diamond paint as it's relaxing for her. She says, however, she says, do what best suits you. She says she'll still be watching. Oh, bless you. See, and I do appreciate all the lovely comments that even though you prefer the overhead, you will take the other for me to have my craft storage room. But yeah, not for much longer. She says hello to Luna. Luna is currently layover Catherine, well and truly enjoying the snuggles, completely lay over her lap and doesn't want to move. Oh, Catherine can't feel her foot.
It's cute though.
Because she's lay over it so much. This is the dog who didn't get up this morning when I did. She just decided she wanted to stay in bed for longer. It must have been an extra... Oh, it was a good while. It's a good while that she stayed in bed. Sorry, digging around for another diamond dust. Oh, we're getting there now. I can see the painting getting there. Ellie says, hi, Rebecca. She says she likes this position / angle. She says she's watched / listened in 2 halves. And she put her phone down to eat. She said as she put her phone down to eat, she says she touched out of YouTube and she forgot what she was doing by the time she'd finished eating. Love it. Absolutely love it. She says she can't wait to see the canvas that I have for the December event. Well, I hope you like it as much as I do. I think it's going to be bright and fun. And yeah, I find those types of paintings really enjoyable to do. Okay, okay. Oh, got another diamond dust. Just hunting it out. It's not that one. Where's my other red one? Oh, there it is. Hiding. She says it's her first year for her. She says so she's hoping that she can grab a canvas next weekend. She says she's feeling as though my hubby would prefer me to release new releases each weekend because that would prevent me from thinking/spending on your house. Quite possibly, especially because it involves quite a bit of furniture building for him. She says, but maybe he loves a change. I think he's just not bothered by a change more than he likes a change. Sometimes he does like changes, but more often than not, I think he's just a bit more indifferent. And you know it makes me happy, so he puts up with it. She says she hopes that I've managed to move everything and unpack so that I feel sorted now. She says, and thanks for the company. Yes, everything is pretty much sorted in there. I think before I filmed sort of the outro or the last part of the craft room vlog, I think it got to a very good point anyway. Even to the point of sorting out some of my sewing carts so it's workable. Is it my ideal solution? No. But I don't have a better solution in my head for it at the moment. I'm sure I'll reorganise it when I do. But the main craft space, everything else is working great. I've done diamond painting in there. I haven't done quilting since it's been set up. I have had my sewing machine out and brought it out and done some stuff and taken it back. I just haven't... Oh, sorry, I need to get more diamond dust. I just haven't had a full-on sort of quilting session or cutting or sorting of anything in that way since it's been set up. So I'm sure I will learn things that may potentially work better when I get a chance to do that. And just live in the space more, which will probably get to happen in about a month or so, once things have quietened down.
I was cutting stuff on your thing the other day, and because your desk is right next to where you're holding your rulers, the ruler won't go as far back.
Oh, so Catherine has just mentioned, Catherine was cutting on my desk the other day because she's wanting to make a bag for a friend. And she says the rulers won't go as far back on the desk, which is a thought actually.
I mean, there was a wall there before anyway, but
there was a wall there before. That is true. But the new desk will be lower down. It will be same height as the shelf is the plan. Sorry, I just need to go diamond hunting again because it looks as though all of these ones hit diamond dust colours. So let's get some more out. I should have just taken all the diamond dust out of the tub and then thrown them back in as I was done with them. Oh well, maybe in the future I'll do the same sort of thing. So pretty though, sparkly threads and sparkly buttons. Oh, so pretty. Okay, nearly there. So let's do the scissors and then we'll do the purple button. Finish on a bit of colour. Let's go for the heart. I think this is also one that I've now got in a diamond dust colour, but not when I kitted these up. So I'm just going to stick with my little bit of extra sparkle rather than a lot of extra sparkle and go from there. Sam, she says she's just got back her diamond painting bug. Oh, it's a good feeling though, isn't it? I've only recently sort of got back the bug as such, even though I've been of course, doing my WIP and Waffles and been doing some diamond painting. I hadn't been doing as much off camera because I was so busy. But then I started and I well and truly got the bug because I finished Shared Home. I also finished Floral Surprise. And I'm now just waiting for my camera setup thingy so that I can get those dekitted and kit up what I want to do next so that I can carry on my diamond painting book. And it's kind of annoying that I can't do it at the moment. I mean, I can do small PaintGems and I enjoy them, but they're not an evening session of diamond painting in the same way, in any way, shape or form. She says she's had a few health issues that she's been working on, but she's doing. She had a few health issues. She's working on No More Dragon's Breath by Randall Spandler. I thought you were saying no more health issues then, though I hope for that for you as well. It took me a minute to sort of read the full sentence, which sometimes can happen when I'm diamond painting at the same time. I can get distracted while reading because I'm busy dotting. Right, let me get my next colour. What are we on? 413. So a deep grey, and then we'll get to add some purple. Get the handles done. BL Adcock says they enjoy watching me diamond paint from the overhead view. And they also love watching the vlogs. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the vlogs. I uploaded the latest vlog footage last night. So I am hoping to also, well, I'm going to edit this hopefully today, if not tomorrow. And then I have got earmarked trying to edit the vlog tomorrow so that I can get that up for next Tuesday. And then I'll need to start working on the next one, which I think is going to be tidying up my aftermath in the shop, because it is one holy mess in there at the moment. So much stuff needs restocking and sorting out, and it's just all over the place. So I think we're going to do a bit of this, a bit of that, and a bit of the other for the vlog after next. But yeah, next week's vlog is launch craziness in a slightly different way to what I've done in the last couple of months. So hopefully you like it. Bev, she says she has managed to get caught up. She says, let's see how long she can keep it up. And yet, sometimes just life gets in the way, catching up on YouTube. I tend to find when I'm sat cutting a load of cover paper and stuff, I manage to get caught up a lot more than I do when I'm like packing orders and things. So I got to catch up on a few of mine over the weekend while cutting cover paper, but then haven't really touched it for the last 3 days while packing orders. So I can see how it can be easy to get caught up and then end up behind, depending on how you watch YouTube, or depend on how that goes. She says she doesn't mind where I do the WIP and Waffles. She says as 9 times out of 10, she is just diamond painting alongside me. She says her advent calendar is coming tomorrow. She says, and it will go away until December 1st. Fantastic news. So glad that they're all starting to arrive. We're still working through them. So if they're ordered now, there is still later shipments. That's another thing that I'm hoping to say break the back of a little bit more. Don't know if that's quite the right wording, but definitely trying to get up to date over the next couple of weeks, so that, yeah, it can just be, if they're purchased, they just get shipped. But that's going to be a couple of weeks away yet, but that's one of my other focuses once I have got the shop a bit straighter, so that I can actually move in there, because I find being able to move and not having to move other things to do something else definitely makes for a better workflow. Makes my brain work a lot better as well. I've just read that one. Mary Johnson says she likes the overhead diamond painting. Well, we're getting there. It's coming back. It really is coming back, because I think overall, I think it's the better option. Okay, what are we on now? Let's go for Y, which is 209, which I do have here. And we have diamond dust. Let's see how many more comments I can get through. Delia, she says, hello, Rebecca. She says she is struggling to decide if she wants to keep her spare diamonds. She says she's been diamond painting since 2018. She says she knows that she can get a heaven and earth design, or create something with them. She says, but she's personally not interested in trying, which is fair play to you. She says, as the drills are mixed shade and the drills aren't as good as they are now, she says, please help me make a decision. Okay, so keeping diamonds, sorry, I'm just trying to find my last colour as well. Keeping diamonds, I think, is very much a personal decision, and I think there are a few questions that are worth asking yourself. And if you answer yes to any of them, then it's potentially worth keeping them. So the questions I say to ask yourself is, are you wanting to do another project with them? Which I get that you've already answered no to that. Oh, sorry, Luna's hearing Caris moving about upstairs. Stop your barking. I'm nearly finished. Let me finish talking to the peoples. So yeah, are you wanting, or do you like the idea of doing other projects with them? Whether that be covering, wooden things in double-sided tape and using your diamonds to make them pretty. Is that sort of something that you enjoy? Sorry, Luna's decided to bark at Caris moving upstairs, and she should know full well it's Caris. But anyway, so yeah, a few questions to ask yourself. Do you enjoy the creative process of using diamonds, either heaven and earth design, decorative things, etc., which you've answered no. The other thing to ask yourself...
Luna.
Sorry, Luna went again. Right, second question to ask yourself, and this is the one that I answer primarily, though I have done a heaven and earth design, is if you ran out of diamonds on a diamond painting, which of course would be right near the end, would you be happy to wait for replacements to arrive, either from the company or from purchasing them yourself, or from asking in a group if anybody's got the spare diamonds? So I suppose the question shouldn't be, are you happy to wait? Because then you'd answer yes. But you get the idea. So keeping diamonds, is good for a few reasons. I suppose another reason is, do you like the organisational aspect of it and the fact that you have them there should any instances arrive, should you be somebody that changes your mind and decides that you do want to do something with them? Do you therefore like the idea of having them? Do you enjoy the dekitting and the setting up of where you're going to keep your spare diamonds? You know, do you get something out of that whole process? If you don't get anything out of the whole process and you're more than happy to put a diamond painting aside very close to being finished for diamonds to arrive because you've decided not to keep them and you're happy with that decision, then by all means don't keep them. Just let them go, pass them on. You've made your mind up. By all means, anybody else shout if there's any, or put in the comments if you think there's any other reasons for potentially keeping diamonds. But I do think it is a decision that, you know, is based a lot on your personality and you yourself. Some people just don't have the time for it, aren't interested in organising them. Once they finish a diamond painting project, they just want to get rid of them and start another one. And some people just throw them all in a jar. Excuse me. Oh, okay, that sneeze went away. And they just throw them in a jar and that's it. And they actually like a pretty jar with mixed diamonds and that's the extent. And if they run out, then they deal with the decision they've made and they wait for ones to arrive in whichever way they get replacements. Other people like me enjoy the process of de-kitting a kit and like finishing it and putting out all the diamonds away. I get really frustrated if I was so close to finishing and couldn't quite finish because I didn't have a colour. And I enjoy the process of doing heaven and earth designs and things. So for me, keeping is a yes, but that doesn't mean that you're a yes. So I just think through those things. And if it's not for you, then it's not for you. You do you. Anyway, I am going to leave it at that. And yeah, we will get to other comments. Oh, I'm very close to having. Yeah, I've still got like next week's. Yeah, I've still got last week's Heaven and Earth design comments to do, but I should be able to get caught up over the next few weeks. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.